computer. All right, here we go. It's too loud. All right, bonjour. Welcome to another episode of Indian Way with Jonny R. See, right there. Podcast recording live from the southern shores of the mighty Red Lake. You have to excuse me, my voice is has been pretty rugged since Thursday, Friday, all weekend, yelling at kids, powwow. You know how that goes. So, but yes, coming to you live from the southern shores of the mighty Red Lake and an undisclosed location. For now, still on the waiting list to get one of those rooms at the Four Directions. I'm still waiting to meet with the person who does that. So bear with me. We'll get there. So where do I start? What's anything interesting going on lately in the nation? Last Thursday, my youth softball team played in the Comp Health youth tournament, and we didn't do very well, but we had a lot of fun yelling at them. Well, not yelling, but coach, being a coach, using my coach voice. Still trying to recover from that, and end up getting the man flu, and power all weekend, and suffered some heat exhaustion on Sunday when I got home, and I felt pretty rugged, nauseous, dizzy. Be a terrible, terrible warrior. I'd be the storyteller. I wouldn't be able to handle the everyday heat that the warrior endured back in the day. So you excuse my voice, excuse my stuff. Anyway, but yeah, good powwow weekend. I had a lot of fun. Me and the kids had fun. It wasn't too bad. I went and let my kids enjoy themselves. Kind of trusted them again to trusted my community. And again, I was let down, and it was just my kids had having a hard time with other kids. So kids being kids, and we have to intervene, and that's what I had to do Sunday night. So my apologies if my kids were too much for the community at the powwow, and I know only one of them was, maybe two at the most. So all my girls danced all weekend and actually made some money. They got their day pay every sesh, and then I had two tiny tots because they were under 10, and then one of them won a spot dance. So my mission Sunday was to keep them away from the uh, Labubu station guy, whatever he is, taking advantage of our young warriors, a predatory vendor, we'll call him. So, but we survived, and other than that, it was a good weekend. Congratulations to all of the royalty. New royalty came in. Again, I apologize for the blurry live feed, but I will have a better version of this uploaded to my Spotify page. So, and bonjour to everybody on TikTok. Starting the TikTok stream. So go on over there if this is too blurry. I don't know if I can say, how do you save the lives? I'm not sure. So we'll figure that out. But anyway, so yesterday, the Red Bee Community Center hosted a uh, meeting and invited all um all members of the nation to discuss the troubles the nation has been going through in regards to um the opioid epidemic, fentanyl, and so they had the Red Lake Police Department, uh, tribal courts, chemical health, the lead program LEAD, and who else was there? Red Lake District Representative Rob May was there, along with Red Bee District Representatives Harold Graves Jr. and Al Pemberton. And is there somebody I'm missing? The Warrior Down program was also there, and it was a it was a good meeting. You know, we all community members voiced our concerns, which constructive criticism, and we let our thoughts be known. And um, I had questions, and I wrote them down so I wouldn't forget. And my my main thing was, the addressing the frustration of the community. There's a lot of finger pointing, um, community enraged about how things are being handled, in the legal system, and all the programs that were there, they spoke up and they faced some criticism, and they handled it professionally. They did their part, and I know there was a lot of frustration, and it's good to get that out. The community was able to address. Get out of here. Go. No, get away from me. Get. And it was my thing was understanding everything the programs are doing, the legal system, police, courts, and they shared their part where they're admitted they're doing the best that they can. They're throwing everything they have out there, and it's just a matter of you know the one thing that I brought up was everybody's doing their best, the best they can, but I I thought of it as that's a little discouraging, because if we're throwing the best that we have, and it's we're still struggling every single day, and it's really something that we need to keep working on, whether it's the community. And Treasurer Lusher chimed in that a lot of our programs are underfunded. I know the police, Department of Public Safety is underfunded, the jails underfunded, and the courts are underfunded, and it's really to hear that and to have an understanding why we're struggling. And that's one of the things that we all addressed there. And everybody doing our best is not enough, obviously, because we are still struggling as a community, and we're not getting the results that are needed right now. And I let the police department and the courts and the chemical health know that we all do appreciate what they're doing. Their efforts will not go unnoticed, and it's going to be a constant battle. And we don't have all the tools that we need to keep fighting this right now. And the federal government is sounds like they will be no help to us because the funding issues and the money that it's supposed to be ready for the is it the new fiscal year, I believe, which starts October 1st, and there's still no sign of what's coming our way as not just our tribe but other tribes. And the government has a trust responsibility to provide funding for us, and that doesn't seem like that's set in stone yet. And treasurer said we are flying blind just like other tribes until we find out what will be allocated to us, funding wise. So again, discouraging, and it just puts a lot more focus on the community. I mentioned this before. I've been mentioning it for a while that whatever you have to do to win your battle against addiction, or get your shit together, it has to be do it as soon as you can, because it's going to be a battle, and we're going to need everybody everybody on board, everybody working together. I just it's just up to us. It's pretty much it's up to us to take care of ourselves and to get everybody healthy. Encourage everybody to snap out. I know it's easier said than done, but that's all I can think of right now. And I don't know much. I don't know much about funding or how that works or what's going on or what. And it just I don't know if I buy the underfunding issue. Look at the country. I don't think we're underfunded and still have a problem. Oops. I wasn't supposed to say, I won't say who it's from. But yeah, it's an issue that it's just up to us to take care of ourselves and our own people. And to be waiting on the great white father. I don't know how much great white father is going to give us. So that's an issue that we have to take into consideration. So again, maybe that's just me, but what do I know? And I do know that these meetings are very important to get the community involved, keep us updated on everything that's going on. And if you're having trouble with this Facebook Live, I'm on TikTok. So if you want to go to TikTok too, that'd be the best, because I don't know what's going on with my Wi-Fi. It's all set up. Everything's flowing nicely, but I don't know. I'm on a shoestring budget here. I'm just, again, doing this all my own equipment, very little support. And you could help. You could subscribe to my page here. I don't know where, but subscribe, help me out. 99 cents, I believe, a month. So that would help me make improvements to what I have here. So, but but yeah, a lot went on at that meeting, and a lot of tough reminders of where we are as a community and how much work we have to do. And if we're just going to rely on the funding to roll in, doesn't sound like it's going to be what we usually get. And I don't know. I don't know. I know. I hope that there are plans made. And my wife and I were having a discussion uh, over the weekend, and I've always thought that we have the people uh, voted in uh, the best of our community to represent us on tribal council. I've always assumed that over the years, and I just started thinking, well, the last 10, 15, maybe 20 years, uh, maybe we've shortchanged ourselves. Maybe, the leadership the last 5, 10, 15, 20 years has not provided us with the best opportunities. How many opportunities were missed because many of our leaders aren't as educated as others. And this isn't a knock on anybody. This is just you know may maybe we have missed some opportunities because of the lack of education, lack of knowledge again, and because we seem to be at the same level the last, I don't know. Again, maybe that's just me, but I think the whole popularity contest of tribal politics could be holding us back. Again, appreciate everybody on council. I know what it takes to put yourself out there. We appreciate your efforts, but it's something's not working, you know, and it seems like because yeah, that's hard to say. That's hard to admit because I have a lot of respect for everybody that's ever run for council, that's been elected to council, and it's really harsh reality, you know, and maybe the whole popularity contest is holding us back. Maybe there does need to be requirements for to pursue leadership positions, and that, that's the only thing I can think of. Because again, it feels like we're in the same spot. Have things gotten better the last 10, 15, 20 years? I mean, you know, how are we supposed to progress? Is that the word? And I, that pains me to say it, and it's really difficult to admit that maybe there needs to be requirements, and that's probably I probably regret saying that, but shit, man, what else can there be? I don't know. I really don't know, because I think we are at the we're struggling. We really are as a community. Um, I know our gaming is on the verge of thriving, and that just became. Um, I know there were like levels of success every year for a while there, but it didn't seem like we reached our full potential until the last couple years since we started selling alcohol in our casinos, and that's been a long time coming, and that just shows how late that we progress. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I don't know. That's just my observation on things. And again, I do respect everybody that's run for council, that's been on council, but maybe it's time to take the next step, require education, and to help us reach our full potential. And it just benefit the nation. And I don't know. That's just I had that thought for a while, and then wow, you ran for chairman. You're fucking idiot. I am an idiot. I am an idiot. I admit that. Talk out of my ass. It's just 2026. Let's step aside if we need our best and brightest educated. I know they're saying you don't have to be educated to make a difference. I agree, but it may help us progress. It may help us get somewhere, because I don't think we're living up to our full potential as a sovereign nation. And again, that's just my opinion, and it's not fair to our younger generation to not live up to our potential. And it just sets a precedent. Just good enough should do it. No, we need to be more, somehow fulfill our full potential, but that's just me. That's just me. Ooh, some comments. Yeah, I need degrees. Fit for whole council in every department. Need better PR for casinos and tribe. Eliminate nepotism all the way. PR. That is the most important thing that we're not utilizing. We're not that happened today at the council meeting. It was kind of a wake up call, maybe, that I know we had guests from the Minnesota House visit today during our tribal council meeting, and they were sharing their thoughts and what's all ahead in the next legislative session. And the topic came up about the land back. Chairman really wants to push that through. And there were questions to why wasn't it brought up. Uh, uh, the Democrats had the House, the Senate, and the governor the last couple sessions, and the question was, why wasn't our land back issue, pushed more? Why isn't brought to the floor for a vote? And there was I think it was who was it? Jordan. What is the other one's name? Anyway, Heather Keeler, and there are a couple more. Sydney Jordan, Heather Keeler, and Aisha. I can't remember her name. And then I think Hanson, maybe. But yeah, they're all DFL. And they're asked why wasn't our land back brought up? Why wasn't brought to the floor for a bill to be pushed? And couple of them had no idea what, other than Sydney Jordan and Heather Keeler, the other two were not as informed on our what our interests and our land back bill. It was explained by Representative Pemberton, the LUPs, and like the ceded lands, and like maybe the state wouldn't want to give it back because of all the taxes they collected on land which is rightfully ours. And after we got past that, a couple of them said, "It, I saw nothing. I didn't. Nobody brought this to my attention." And it was Heather Keeler brought it up that it's important that Red Lake has full time uh, lobbyists knocking on the doors every day. Hitting every representative or senate or however that works to lobby for the Red Lake Nation. And it was also brought up by intern Karen Geist that when Red Lake Nation has a Red Lake Day at the Capitol, everything is very last minute. And I think it was March this year. It's always the spring Red Lake goes down. And then from what my understanding is, a lot of the bills are already ready for a vote on the floor. I believe that's how that works. And Red Lake going there demanding, expecting the land back bill to be there, and nobody was able to bring it up because there was not enough information brought to the legislators. And the idea is to have all that information around November, December, so those they could be pushed as bills with everything else instead of very last minute, like Red Lake has been known to do. And that was kind of a touchy subject. I know the council members were, why don't you do this? You're supposed to do this for us. You put the idea, you guys knock on the doors for other legislators to hear what we would like, what we need. And then, Heather Keeler was like, that's not our job. Again, Heather Keeler, she's represents 4A, I believe, which is Moorhead. And a lot of her constituents are the Moorhead area. And what she does for the Red Lake Nation is on her spare time, because what she is working for her constituents, and her what she does for us is just to help the indigenous communities. And it's like, I think it was Standing Cloud was making it sound like she was a lobbyist. And that's one of the things that was established when Heather Keeler said that it's not my job. That's what lobbyists are for. You need them there full time. They need to be knocking on doors for you. To get these get these bills prepared November, December, so they can be ready for March and April, and not Red Lake show up in March thinking that everything's ready to go. And that's pretty much what I heard. That again, that's just from my perspective. And I know I don't understand the whole the whole lobbyist legislators, but what I was told did make a lot of sense, that Red Lake needs to be more proactive earlier in the session to get the issues brought to other legislators. And if I'm wrong, somebody correct me. So I would appreciate that. Maybe some goals need to be set and talked about. I brought up last night bringing the court meetings back with leadership. At County, we begin our platform. Yeah, the county begins their platform in September. And for Red Lake to go down on Red Lake Day in March to think everything's ready to go. That's not fair to you know, blame the legislators that aren't even our representatives. And I know Duran came in, was it last month? And he's not pushing the Lake Back bill. He admitted it, that he's not for the Lake Back bill. And it's just that's another reason why we go to other legislators, other representatives. Like I'm pretty sure Sidney Jordan brought that up last year or the year before, and it didn't really go anywhere because again, we didn't have we may have been ill prepared. So that was my understanding. Oh, excuse me again if I'm wrong. Somebody please correct me. So brought up the court meetings. What is the court? CORT. What are those? Bringing up the court meetings. Again, yeah, leadership needs to be involved in a lot of these community meetings. You know, it was good to have Treasurer Lusher there, Representatives Pemberton, Graves, and May, and it's really because you know Vernell had a lot of financial information, which you know kind of bummed me out because you know it's you know she was sharing what she knows about you know the incoming you know the Trump administration and how Trump is put a put a was it fine print on the budgets that everything goes by you know everything is at the discretion of the president and that's not how it works. That's violating the Constitution. And he thinks he can go in and because Congress manages the purse, I believe, is the proper saying. Community overdose response team. Okay, yeah, that was a lot of good information last night. I you know appreciated the programs that were there that explained a lot of things, and it just opened my eyes to how deep of a connection a lot of our programs have to the community, those that are struggling with addiction and those that have made their way through recovery. And yeah, that's a solid team that are in recovery, and yeah, we utilize them as much as we can. And I know it could be overwhelming here pretty soon if we do get everybody on track and you know getting our shit together and you know fighting this battle and very important. So but yeah, I that was my understanding of the meet because I was sitting back there and you know they were making good points about I don't know who the lobbyists are and I don't know if we need to take a look at what what they're what they're contributing down there. But it is very important that that we get our voices and concerns heard early. You know, it's not just the lobbyists; it's also the Nash getting our getting our ducks in a row. Like the county gets their stuff ready in September, so maybe we should be getting on that as soon as possible. And another thing that came up was, you know, when we were having those land back meetings, I my question was, are we going to like a contact a media firm to help establish a message to not only our legislators but also our neighbors to the east of us that that the main concern for the land back issue, you know, put together like a video package or you know stuff like that, and which I thought would be you know something that we could probably pursue. And then I was told that you know we have a team, we can do it in house to get that message across. And I nothing's been, I don't know who's going to be in charge of that or who's doing what, because I thought we would have had that this message out by, last summer, because that it was really important to get that issue. And my idea was to give out copies of Warrior Nation to our neighbors to the east over there in Waskish and Kellier, and give them a better understanding of the history of the Red Lake Nation, and have a storyteller go over there or something. And even when Dr. Troyer came on the show, I asked him if because Badal Duran, I through Warrior Nation, the idea to him to read the book, and he said, "Oh yeah, I you never heard of it?" And he asked if it was on what is that called, the audio book, and it wasn't. And then he said, "Well, if it's on audio, because everybody's too busy to read a book, because we all are." And then Dr. Troy came on about maybe a couple weeks after that, maybe a month or two after that, and Dr. Troy said that it's in the works. It's a good idea. A lot of people have been asking for it, so hopefully that comes out sooner than later. So, but it is important to share our history with legislators and our neighbors to the east, and the whole state needs to understand what the Red Lake Nation is about, and what we're trying to fight for. What we're trying to establish by getting the lake back, and that issue needs to be shared with a lot more than just. It's a great book. I love it. What my favorite book. I read it as much as I can, as many times as I can, and but yeah, that was my idea. So get that media team. If they want me to do it, I'll do it. But I'm not cheap, so I understand that I could do it for the peeps. But shit, man, I got 13 kids. I gotta pay some bills. I can't be doing shit on my free time. My time is expensive. So, but I do have video equipment, audio equipment. I'm ready to go. You know what? Fuck it. I'll just put in a proposal. Put a media package, social media, um, print. Are we going to do print? Do we still do print? I don't know, but yeah, I'll do that. So fuck it. I'll do it. I have to think of everything. Jonny R, the god for lobbyists. Shit, I'll go there and knock on some doors. Knock like I'm the damn police. Open up. You have a couple of minutes to learn the good word about the Nash. That's what I'll say. But yeah, so yeah, I went on a tangent. I don't know what I was trying to establish with that. So, but yeah, again, 2026. Let's, the popularity contest is maybe doing more harm than good. I just want what's best for us. We need to reach our full potential, and I got to be honest. I don't think we have. We're still in the same. Nothing's getting. Seems like nothing's getting better, and I know from experience, because I worked with a lot of programs in the tribe the last 10, 15 years, and it's just it's tough to admit we're not progressing. So let's do better, and not just for us, but for our generation behind us watching us, and that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about for the kids, for the youth, right? Right? Fuck yeah, man. Jonny R, the god. Spread the word. I'm not running for nothing. Fuck that. I'm staying out of the way. I'm going to push you, though. I'm going to push everybody that's running. Expect to be pushed. Expect the tough questions next year. I want the best, and you better answer the call. That's all. That's all I want. That's what I expect. And if you're shy, if you're too shy to run, get out of the way. Let somebody else. Let somebody else do it, man. Because we need some. We need some pipe hitters. Is that what it's called? Pipe swingers? I don't know. Now pounding on doors. Let me in. Quit being Jack. Give us our lake back. Hurry up and be cheap. So yeah, that's my little. That's what I think. Maybe I'm out of line, but shit, I had to be said. So, and if you took what I say personal, I didn't mean it. I didn't mean any disrespect. I just want what's best for the nation. And if you took it the wrong way, maybe I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Shit, I want what's best for all of us, just like you do. So, but yeah, I think that's all I have. Miigwech for listening. Miigwech for watching.